Well, hello, 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 and welcome. Well, tonight you are going to want to stay tuned. Well, why? Because we're talking about something that's a never ending conversation. They have so many names, but tonight we're going to be talking about the breasts. Some people call them the boobs, the boobies, and how many other names do they have? I want you to be thinking about that while we're doing this interview tonight with this lovely guest. I am Joy Ruffin, signature style specialist, professional speaker, and the creator of Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. And tonight and every Wednesday night, I interview a leading lady who comes to you to share her journey with you. And it's always interesting and always fascinating. And tonight, it's no exception. I want you to be aware of all the possibilities that are here for you when it comes to what I call the top B. But I could go on, but why? You want to hear and meet our guest tonight. And so I'm going to bring her up, and I want you to help me to say hello to Lori Hermier. How about that? I almost got it right, didn't I?
You were so close, Lori Bodamer. So
Bodamer.
close.
Lori, how are you? And thank you for joining us tonight.
I'm awesome. This is so exciting.
It is exciting. I have to absolutely love it. And I'm always making boo-boos, and I love every one of them because each time I get better and better and better. But listen, Lori,
Yes.
your topic fascinates me for numerous reasons, which I share with you briefly. So I want you to tell us, the audience tonight, exactly the work it is that you do. And then I'm going to have a lot of questions for you about it. So tell us the work that you're doing.
Well, I am known as Lori the Boob Whisperer, and
Yes.
my mission, my goal is to help every woman stop wearing bras. Ditch the
Oh,
bra. I have a better, healthier alternative, and I can share with you the reasons why not, what you should do, how I can help you, no matter who you are.
you know, this is why I didn't want to say too much in my promoting of this show because you are the boob whisperer, but that doesn't really tell us what you do, but you just explain what you do. You're wanting us to eradicate completely the bra. Now tell us why.
Well, first of all, how many of you out there have slippy straps, have pokey underwires, you're uncomfortable all day long? Or what if you're super health conscious and your breast doctor has said you can't wear a wired bra? Does he offer a good alternative? Usually he doesn't, but I do. So I can help you be comfortable, look great, and keep your breasts healthy.
This is just beyond exciting to me because it's never been an issue for me. But what about the women, Lori, who have large breasts? How do they get away without wearing a bra?
Well, we have an amazing patented product with ruby ribbon, and it's wire free. I've got a couple I can show here. We've got little ones called Demis. So here's the little
Ah,
short guy. And
yes.
then my favorite is the cami because you spoke about, the big melons. The bigger
Yeah,
they are, the harder it is on your back. This
absolutely.
not only supports your boobs, it supports your back and helps you lose 1 to 3 inches around your waist immediately. And it doesn't feel like Spanx.
Now, you mentioned a word there that is really, really crucial. It helps to support you, but it's wireless. Is
Correct.
it that wire that's really harming a lot of women and causing them all kinds of issues?
Yes. So I don't know if you're familiar with thermography versus mammography. I will just I'm just going to make a statement. We as Ruby Ribbon do not make any medical statements at all, but I will say go do your research. Thermography is really the way to go. No, it's not usually covered by insurance, but it takes a thermal picture of your breast tissue. And
Yes,
women
yes,
that
yes.
wear bras, it literally turns white. Even when their bras off, it is bright right there. That is inflammation. You have between
Ooh,
32 and 34 lymph
that's a big
nodes
one.
under each armpit. A
Yes,
traditional bra with the wire keeps those lymph nodes from draining. You need those to drain. You need a little bit of breast movement for those to
got
drain.
you. Got you. Listen, you froze a little bit there, but I think the message went through. Lori, tell us a little bit about Ruby Ribbon, because I'm sure that there are people there who are not familiar with Ruby Ribbon, as I
So
was not.
Ruby Ribbon is the company that I work for. It's a home based business, kind of like Pampered Chef or Mary Kay.
Got you.
So a lady developed this product, decided to let us bring it person to person instead of putting it in a store. And so I work with this company. I've been here about a year and a half, but boobs have always been like the focus of my life.
Ah, how did that happen? That boobs became the focus of it's interesting that you say that because when it comes to women and femininity, the breast has always been a focal point for men and women. So how did you come to that understanding or appreciation of the boobs? And by the way, I started the show, Lori, because there are so many names for the girls, the
Mm-hmm.
knockers. I mean, I made a list of 30 different names, and I'm sure you'll
Mm-hmm.
share a few with us. But when did you become aware that the boobs, the breasts, the girls, goes on, they were the focus of what you wanted to do? How did that come about?
Well, I was in the Air Force and I actually worked oncology. And so I've always been around women with breasts or breast issues or dealing with breast cancer or recovering from it.
Yes,
And then I have a special needs son, and I've been home for quite a while, and I was ready to get out of the house a little bit. And I thought, well, I hate bras. I love Chico's. I'm wearing a Chico's dress. So I was like, let me work
yes,
at Soma to get out of the
great company.
house.
Yes,
And I became an expert bra fitter at Soma. Now, I owned 40 bras. I still rip them off in the car every single day because I couldn't wait to get out of them. And I knew I was in the right size. 80% of women are in the wrong size bra.
there's no question about that. I was one of those women up until maybe 10 years ago, and I really don't have a breast issue. So I can really connect and relate to that. Did I hear you say in the beginning that the Ruby Ribbon, all of the cameos are wireless?
Yes, we
And,
don't have
and
anything with a wire.
do you make bras at all?
Not a traditional bra.
Not
We call them demis or camis.
demis.
We have sport demis and camis. We do some swimwear, we do some leggings, but everything that supports the girls, and I can do any size. I used to not be able to do the itty bitty titty committee because we were more about the bigger girls, but now we have a line for
Yes.
the A, B, and C cups. But
Oh, I
I
like
have
that.
O's and N's, and I mean, if you have boobs, I can fit you no matter what size you are.
You must get absolutely beyond elation about wearing this cameo that does not have a wire from so many of the women, and they must be your largest target audience for promoting and bringing other women to you, right? What
For
do they
sure.
what do they have to say to you about the feeling of not having that wire in their bra anymore,
It
wearing a
is
cameo?
amazing how much the word life changing gets said because you know what? When something's poking at you all day, it makes you grumpy. Then we're grumpy at our kids, at our spouse, at whatever we're doing. We're just not happy, you know?
Right.
And so people would be at home not wearing anything. Then you don't want to answer the door because you're hanging low because there's gravity. But now I've got something comfortable. When I first tried them on as a customer, somebody said, "Oh, you'll be able to sleep in that." And I was like, "No, I won't. I rip off all my clothes as soon as I can." And
Yes.
within a week, I got home one night and I went to take it off and I'm like, "I really could sleep in this." And I was like, "Dang it, they were right."
The fabric. Is the fabric predominantly the same fabrication that you get in a bra, or is it a different fabric? Tell us
It's
a little bit about the
completely
fabric.
different. So we have for the smaller, like the itty bitty titty committee people, that's a
I love that.
nylon spandex. It doesn't have a ton of like conforming support for like
Yes,
tummy issues because typically tiny people have smaller boobs. Typically.
yes,
For us larger ladies who have hips and tummies and we want to hold everything in, it's a
right.
polyester blend. But
Ah,
there's no pretend cups. Like we have pedals you can put in if you have bright headlights. There's some pedals you can slip in so you
uh-huh.
don't pop out. But it's literally just against your skin, and it is just the most comfortable thing ever.
That's fascinating. And when you said the headlights, are we talking mainly that the nipples don't show you have something to put in
Correct.
so that
Yes.
that doesn't happen? When it
Yes.
comes to the support, if you're not using wire, Lori, how do is that cameo shaped so that it has enough body strength, something in it to uplift and hold the girls steady?
Correct. So it's called variable compression. We have
Ah,
different places that are reinforced, and then there's places that let it release a little bit. But, and I'll flash you if you don't mind, Miss Joy.
well, you let's go ahead. They'll either take us
Okay.
off the air or not.
All right. So I'm
Ve-
wearing our lace full
Yes.
support cami. I'm a 38 double D. My girls are up. And this is just a little pretty. And it's
Yes.
comfortable. And I can wear it all day. I could wear it 24 hours if I had to.
And Lori, it really looks like you've got more than enough support there and supple. Do
Yes.
they make that same cameo, let's say in a long slip for those women who enjoy wearing maxi dresses and mid-length dresses?
We sure do. If you have a bra for it, I have an alternative replacement for it.
So when I put up the website here, rubyribbon.com, they will go there and they'll be now I know it, but I'm enforcing this for those who will come now and for the replay. They'll be able to see an array of styles that you have.
Correct. And strapless is huge going into summer. And we just came out with the strapless demi. It goes from about here to here. And actually, you can
Ah,
crisscross switch, but you can take them off and it literally will stay up. And then, of course, we have a strapless cami, which goes lower.
I'm just mesmerized and fascinated by all of this for numerous reasons. When did this company start?
We're
Because
about
the
6 years old.
6 years old. And has the progress from the beginning, inception to now, has it double, triple? How has it been steadily growing?
Steadily growing. Actually, I just got off a call, which is why I didn't go back and watch our stuff because I've been talking a lot with our CEO this week. But our goal this year is to sell $100 million.
That's good.
Um,
That's good.
we are body positive. You don't need to be a size two. I fit anybody. We go from an extra small to I have women that come up to me and say, I hate to ask. And I'm like, don't even finish your sentence. Yes, I can fit you. And to have those women just feel feminine and beautiful and be able to wear a dress and feel confident is amazing. So we fit everybody. We are body positive. And my mission is to let everybody know they have a choice.
I love it. I love it. You are a agent of change because this is giving a solution to something that has been painfully painful for how long? For many, many women. And not only for the women who are large in their butt size, but those who are smaller too, who don't like the wire
Right.
and the uncomfortable feeling and all. So I have to applaud you for what you're doing. Now I also know, and I want you to speak to. You mentioned something earlier that I want to speak to a little bit about the lip nodes here.
Correct.
Now I know that you work with breast cancer awareness groups, associations, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But when you mention the lymph nodes, is that predominantly how does that play into what you're doing? Is what I'm attempting to ask you.
Okay. So it's just your lymph system is it's that's what gets the toxins out of your body. And if you're
Right.
wearing a wired bra and it's holding those in, you're not going to be healthy. And women have had so many breast issues. I've seen women that have had some lumps, switched to a cami, gone back to thermography, and those things have cleared up. So it's not too
Ah.
late. You can start ditching your wire now, choosing a healthier alternative, and your breast health is going to be so much better.
This is really a big area that needs to be, and you're doing it, educating women about the situation with bra, and especially young girls starting out, because the sooner, I'm sure, Lori, they start to implement wearing bras that are wireless, the better off they're going to be as time goes by. My work is predominantly with women who are in their second chapter, whatever that means, regardless of age, but it makes a big, big difference when you have something that when you implement it at an early age, it will give you all the things that you need as you go forward.
Correct.
Now, I mentioned it before, and we didn't get an answer. You said you were in the Air Force and you were working and doing, but this appreciation, this awareness that you wanted to bring to women about the breast, was there a certain transformation that happened for you before And then how did that change after? Speak to us a little bit about that.
I think, well, so I'm 5'2". I'm short. Bras always dug into like my rib cage. And so I was just always uncomfortable. And there were days I literally didn't leave my house because I didn't want to put on a bra. And I suffer from some autoimmune things and fibro. And I was like, there's got to be something better. So I thought, well, let me go to a bra store and get the perfect bra that fits just right, that offers, and that still wasn't the answer. And so when I discovered Ruby Ribbon and realized truly how life changing it is, I was like, I've got to tell everybody.
Well, Lori, how did you discover Ruby Ribbon?
So I'm a little PO'd about that, to be honest, because I live on Facebook. If anybody knows me, my entire life is on Facebook. I did not hear about Ruby Ribbon for like their first 4.5 years of business. A friend saw me complain one day about my bra and said, "You need to talk to this lady." I got a hold of her. I bought a bunch of stuff. My husband's like, "What are you doing? You own 40 bras." I said, "I will never wear them again. I never have." And I was like, I started flashing everybody everywhere, telling the whole world. And I was like, every woman needs to hear about this.
So you were one of those flashers, eh? That we used to read and hear about, and we still do. I love it. I just absolutely love it. Listen, I'm going to take 1 second here, and I'm going to speak to the audience because I want to extend an invitation to them. You froze a wee bit there, but I want to invite you to join my Facebook group, Leading Ladies, Leading Legacies. Because my work with women who are in their second chapter, regardless of age, it's all about supporting you and erasing the struggle of styling yourself and spending way too much on clothes. Women who are in their second act, regardless of age, hire me to amp up their wow factor. And Lori here today has a lot that she can offer you in that particular area of your life. So you'll make sure that you get in touch with her. But the bottom line is every Wednesday when I come to you and introduce a leading lady to you, she'll be sharing her transformation, internal and external. And I'll be leaving you with a little tip, a little nugget, and what I'd like to say, a little joyism, something that you can take away where you begin to implement your signature style and how you stamp it to you. But for now, I want you to pop in the word style, STYLE, and you'll get your free complimentary brochure on how you can discover your signature style and stamp. And now let's get back to the girls, and especially our leading lady today, Lori. Lori. Lori, the work that you're doing is stupendous in so many ways, and I just think you are to be applauded for us. How did you and how do you work with the women who are in the breast cancer awareness type of arena and the service that you're offering there? Tell us a little bit about that.
Probably my favorite thing is working with breast cancer survivors.
Mm-hmm.
Many of them have had mastectomies,
Yes.
lumpectomies. Like the girls aren't what they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they've had reconstruction, they're very, they've got scarring, there's just tissue sensitivity. So my product is amazing for these women. And even if you've got just one side that's a boob, the other side we put in a pedal. And when you look down, you've got your feminine form again.
You
And
never
some
know.
people want that, some people don't. Some people want it sometimes, but I have had women, that may have had their mastectomy 5 years ago come in
Uh-huh.
my office. I fit them. We put on their cami, we put on whatever they were wearing, and they look down and cry and say, "Thank you. I feel like a woman again." Because our boobs are so important to who we are as women, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, it just is.
It is. It just is. And I love the way you explain that because when it comes to your sexuality and your femininity and your sensuality, there are parts of our bodies that have been exclaimed over since the beginning of time. And one would be the bust. So for those women who have to go through that, the trauma of that, because there's so much emphasis put here, and yet it's totally and completely overrated because those women that have had this operation and then you're giving them back a sense of who they are, they realize, most of them that I've heard speak, Lori, that as important as they thought this was, and it is, not to the extent that they felt that it was. Do you get some of that when you speak to them before and
Oh,
after?
for sure. And it's
Yeah.
very interesting. The women that I fit that have had any kind of breast cancer, they just come in and flip their clothes off, and if they'll be like, "Okay, look at my printed
Yes.
nipple or my Barbie boobs," when there aren't any nipples, and they're just like, "Look at this," or "Look at my tattoo." Like it's a war wound almost, and they're fine with everybody seeing it.
Yes. Now you mentioned a word there that I attempt to keep up with a little bit of everything. You can't really, but I know that a lot of women who have the breast surgery here, they do a lot of tattooing. Do you see a
Yes.
lot of that? Is that to
Hmm.
cover the scar?
Well, some of them, if they don't get a breast put back in place, they will
Yes.
just, like do a verse or some powering thing because they just want to take the power back in their own lives.
Ah, I think that's it. I think when it comes to our sense of confidence, our sense of presence, and the style of who we are and the image of what we're presenting, that's important. And that leads me to this. How would you classify your style, your signature style? Is it casual, sporty? Is it romantic? Is it classic, chic, or dramatic? You're going to be in either one of those five. Which one are you?
I would probably go classy, dramatic. Like, I want to get noticed. I've got the silver hair, I've got the red lips. I'm not shying away. But I will say, before Ruby Ribbon, I probably would have because my tummy and my hips, I didn't love how they looked in things. But it has given me back my hourglass. So I'm a little more, willing to show it off a bit, but
I
keep it
love it.
classy.
I love that. And I love that description. And I'm with you there. And the way that you explain that, Lori, and your energy and your vibe, spot on, really and truly. Now, when it comes to your knowing what your style is, you mentioned the tummy and all these things that we, for numerous reasons, until we get our awakening and our awareness, we conceal, we hide, and we do it in a way. But then after a while, you embrace everything about you. And then you find ways, and you mentioned that you're an hourglass. You know that? You're an
Hmm.
hourglass shape.
I
Now,
am.
do you have a power outfit that you wear that just gives you that oomph and amps up your wow? And whenever you have to go to some important meeting or something, you know that this outfit, when you walk in, you own the room. You
Yeah,
have an outfit?
I have a couple of those. I love red and I love a good flower pattern. And it's funny because when I go get headshots, they're always like, "Well, wear one color." And I'm like, "But that's not me. You know, I'm
You like to
I'm a little bit more than that."
You like
So,
to splice and dice it up a wee bit. I like
mhm.
that. And you know, when you said that, this is what came to me because this is one of my new mantras. Style has no age and fit has no size or age. And when you get to know who you are and you can project who you are in the best way, that power outfit just gives you an edge. And that's all it is. I love that. The women that you're working with predominantly,
Yes.
would you say you have a cross range of women and their youth, middle, or elder, or what's your largest segment of women as far as the ages that you're working with?
I would say my largest segment is 40 to 60. And then after I fit them and they're happy, then they bring me their moms and then they bring me their daughters and their sisters.
So it's a chain reaction.
Yes.
That's you know what, Lori, with all of this technology, social media, I heard what you said about Facebook, and I'm in your camp somewhat, and all these other social media sites, still your number one marketing tool is what you just said, word of
Word
mouth.
of mouth.
Chain reaction, boom, 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 and down the
Amen.
line it goes. Isn't that the truth?
Yes.
Now, what do you love most about the? I know that you love it all. That I heard and I see. But what really excites you and lights you up and charges you in a way that you have no words for in the work that you're doing with the women that you're working with, whatever age range they're in?
Well, you know
What?
how teachers always say that, they have these students, or like sometimes the pay isn't the pay, it's what they get from working with people.
Mhm.
That's what it is for me. Some days a woman leaves my office because I do one-on-one in-person fittings. I can do
Okay.
Zoom fittings. I have a bot, they can text. I work all different ways, but I do a lot one-on-one. And when a woman comes and she immediately sees the difference and her back goes straighter and she feels more confident and she thanks me, because you know what? It's amazing how many women are still shy to get fitted. They're like,
Yes.
"Oh, I was nervous." I'm like, "Oh, honey, if you come to me and we have not laughed, I have not done my job. Like, we're gonna have fun." So just just the joy of relieving whatever the issue is. I mean, if you had to pull your strap up 8,000 times a day, maybe for you that's my miracle is you don't ever gonna have to do that again. Maybe it's the
Yes.
digging wire,
Um,
maybe it's the bras breaking every 3 months. I have ladies who have to get specialty bras made because their boobs are so big, and they're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this works for me, thank you.
Oh, oh, that just makes me, I tell you, I don't think there's anything better. Now, you mentioned something while you were mentioning the time flies here. I don't know where it goes. You and I could go on and on and on because everybody thinks I'm super serious, but I love laughter and I come from a family of jokesters. So laughter, nothing beats that for me. But tell our audience, those who will come for the replay and now, what your free offer is to them. It's went out in my mailing list, and I
Okay.
also want you to say it here because this will be played everywhere. What you're offering them and invite them in to
Okay,
get that.
I have a quiz to let you know whether a bra is right for you or not.
Yes,
So you're going to take your phone and you're going to text like you're texting a brand new person. The number will be 555-888.
yes,
And
yes.
then when it goes down to the message part, you're going to type bra quiz, BRAQUIZ. And it's going to ask you a couple questions, kind of see where you're at, and if what I do would be good for you. And if not, you'll get some knowledge. Hopefully, you'll have fun with it.
That's the key. They want to have fun with it. Now, will they, when they go to rubyribbon.com, will they be able to get that quiz as well?
No, that
Because
is something I do
that's
entirely
just what you
outside
do.
of Ruby
Okay.
Ribbon. Yeah.
Then
And then
I'm gonna
my whole
I
thing about texting boobs to 555-888, that is just me.
yes, yes, yes. I
Yes.
have to make sure because that's my boo-boo. I neglected to put that in my listing here, but I'll make sure that I put that in so that those who come for the replay will be able to get to you because I think they should, and it's a great thing. Do you have a question for me, my love? Any questions at all about anything or anything you want to leave with the audience?
Hmm. I don't know. I'll
You
show you
you
my. Let me show you my dog tag. I switched from an Air Force dog tag, and now it says Boob Whisperer.
How did you come up with that name, by the way? Let's end with that.
I just got given to me. Someone's like, "Oh, you're a boob whisperer," and it just stuck. I wanted to be the no bra lady. My license plate says bra free, but I am the boob whisperer, and men will be like, "I'm the boob whisperer," and I'm like, "Yeah, you were 40 years ago, but you're not anymore."
I love it. I think that's fantastic. Listen, I think the work that you're doing is beyond anything. And I think this way that we're moving from where we are now to where we're going, I'm talking about women and femininity,
Mm-hmm.
as important as our two B's are, the top B here, and finding ways to live with it in the best comfort that we can is pioneering in every arena that I can think of. So I say continue the work that you're doing and all the best to you. And thank you for sharing this time
Thank
with us.
you.
I
This was so
really,
fun.
oh, it was fun. And you know what? At some point in time, I'm going to make this a little bit longer because it's never enough time. Thank you, my love. Stay in the staging room and I'll
Okay.
be with you in just a second. Kisses. Hold on. Wasn't she absolutely delightful? She is about something it's not new, 6 years or more, I think she said, or more, but yet it's something new for a lot of women. And if you happen to be one of them out there, then you ought to touch base with her. All of her information will be here. And let me just say this to you. If you are a woman in your second act, regardless of age, I'd love to connect with you. Do join my group, Leading Ladies, Leading Legacies, because there's much that I want to share with you. And if you would like to be interviewed on this show, I'd love to interview you. Let's see if we're going to be a good fit. Bottom line, what I want for you is to be able to stand in your greatness with the best presence, style, and confidence that's all yours in a style that fits your personality and your successful lifestyle. And there's a little bit more to that than just being fashionable. Style connects to fashion, but it's a whole different type of animal. So I'm inviting you to join me every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And then let me know that you were here, hashtag replay. And I can't wait to meet you one-on-one. Until then, we're still in this crisis situation, somewhat so. It's opening up in some areas, but you be well, safe, look after you first so that you'll be able to look after others and do what they tell us to do so that we can all be healthy, safe, and hopefully gain a little wisdom in this process of being locked down. Until we connect the next time, you be and stay well. All the best. So long for now. Cheers. Yay.